How is field dressing a doe different? Have you ever wondered how field dressing a doe differs from a buck? Understanding these differences can make your hunting experience smoother and more efficient. Let's break it down. First, one of the key differences is the pelvic opening size. Does have a larger pelvic opening due to their birth canal. This larger space provides more room to work when removing organs. It can make it easier to reach inside the abdominal cavity compared to a buck, which has a narrower pelvic area. Next, let's talk about the removal of sex organs. When field dressing a buck, hunters often remove the testicles and other male sex organs. This is especially true if local regulations do not requiring these organs to remains attached for identification. For a doe, the reproductive organs are different. They are generally smaller and located differently, which changes how you approach this part of the process. The larger pelvic opening in does can make it easier to access the uterus and ovaries during field dressing. Positioning the animal is also important. For both bucks and does, the deer should be laid on its back with the head slightly uphill. This helps with drainage and makes access easier. This positioning is standard for all deer, but it is essential for effective field dressing. When it comes to making the incision, it typically starts between the hind legs and extends up to the sternum or lower chest. With a doe, the larger pelvic opening allows for a bit more maneuvering room inside the cavity. This can help avoid puncturing the intestines or bladder during this step. The removal of the entrails, including the lungs, heart, intestines, and bladder, follows the same principles for both sexes. For hunters using archery or firearms, knowing how to field dress a doe is especially useful. Does are often the primary target in many hunting strategies aimed at population control. Efficient and clean field dressing helps preserve meat quality and speeds up processing in the field. The larger pelvic opening in does can reduce the risk of puncturing organs, which is beneficial when you need to work quickly after a shot. In summary, the main difference in field dressing a doe versus a buck lies in the doe's larger pelvic opening. This feature makes it easier to access internal organs and can streamline the process. The removal of sex organs varies due to anatomical differences, so hunters should adjust their techniques accordingly while keeping in mind the standard positioning and incision methods for all deer.